Welcome back, guys. Well, it's chaos and bedlam down here in the Southwest Florida real estate market. Now that season's over, we've got the craziness on Wall Street going on. There are some insane price cuts happening right now, and some sellers are pulling a Florida and find out right now as well. Unfortunately, there's buyers are in the driver's seat. Full stop here. There's really no way around it on almost 95% of properties that are available for sale. That includes new construction, resales. You're going to notice I'm walking around Westport here in Charlotte County today because they are absolutely slashing their new home prices in here. I actually just put a house in here under contract because they did some pretty hefty price drops recently. And as we came, the home we were originally looking at, unfortunately, the guy in front of us just got. So people are coming in noticing large price cuts here in this specific community, but mostly around the area as well. And they're taking advantage of it. They're getting off the sidelines. Now, you're going to decide individually if now's the time to buy or not, but it's really up to you. People are moving. And I mean, even villas in here that were once asking $350 are in the $275 range now. That's a hefty drop. D.R. Horton has some that were over $300. They are down, I believe, $262, some of their villas. So single family prices are being adjusted. It's rapidly evolving here. And that is what's happening on the resale side of things too, all across Southwest Florida. So is now the best time to buy? I don't know. Is it the worst time to buy? I don't know. But this is what I'm seeing going on. And now I'll get back to the Florida and find out situation because I had a very, very interesting scenario happen last week. Friends of the channel have been looking down here in the area for quite a while. And a home that we actually bid on back in February came back on the market. All right, guys, another hard cut outside my office here. Different shirt, different day, but I wanted to give a little more context on this property before I told you how it played out. Originally, this home was listed last year for $1.6 million. It was on the market over 200 days and ended up expiring. They switched agents, came back on the market at $1.3 million, a much more reasonable price tag, especially for what was selling around the area. And at that point, that's when my people decided to make their offer. Now, they ended up offering $1,225,000. That was really only $75,000 away from the asking price, but we got in a shadow bidding war, and we ended up losing it at that time, unfortunately. And just briefly, guys, if you like this content, you find any value in it, I would really appreciate if you could hit that like button. Maybe consider subscribing, helps the channel out immensely, and we'll get back to the video. And why I say shadow multiple offers, guys, is because these days, if there's multiple offers on the table, the sellers generally don't want you to know. In a hot market, yes, let's call for multiple offers. Let's tell everybody put their highest and best on the table. But in a market like this, really what you're going to end up doing by calling for that is just chasing everyone else away because there's so much inventory, they don't want to be bothered. Now, this was a very specific property. I think if they had called for multiples, they could have got escalation. I don't think my people would have played ball. Anyway, 2 months go by, and lo and behold, this home comes back on the market a mere days after the stock market debacle. So I wonder what happened there. Anyway, still asking the same price. They were at 1.3, and we know they probably took less from the previous buyer. So they were like, what do you think? I said, listen, if you got to have it, if it's everything you've been waiting for, let's step up the original offer a little bit. They said, all right, we'll go $1,250,000. I thought was very strong, very reasonable. Sent it to the seller, said, hey, your house just came back on the market. What do you want to do? These people are ready to make a deal right now. How motivated are you? And they came back and they countered at $1,275,000. So $25,000 apart as the stock market is absolutely melting down around us. So we were all kind of surprised by that. We thought, bird in the hand, guys. So this is why I say, don't Florida and find out right now. Because my buyers said, you know what? Pull our offer. And they apologized to me. They said, listen, we're very sorry. We know you worked very hard on this. And I honestly was like, no, this is awesome. This is great. This is unbelievable. I've never seen something like this before. And they did give me permission to, tell this story on the channel as well. Obviously, you're going to withhold details. So I unfortunately called the other agents and said, hey, listen, offers off the table. Sorry, just wasn't going to work. Well, called back right away. Hey, listen, okay, they'll take the original one. they'll take the original one. Never mind. Yeah, they're not going to counter. It's okay. My people said, no, too late. See you later. So that's the kind of stuff that's going on right now, guys. Buyers kind of control things, especially with the way the stock market is. So if you got a bird in the hand, don't Florida and find out. And while I'm coming through here, guys, they're doing a lot of incentives on top of the price cuts. When you start seeing builders do incentives and price cuts like they're doing here in Westport, now it's time to pay attention, because not only are they dropping their prices, but they're going to give you a rate buy down to 4.99% on some promotional properties. Usually they have to be quick move-ins, but mortgage rates are over 7 steadily. So that's pretty big. Now, they do have individual caveats, like you got to finance usually a large majority of the purchase. Usually it's like at least 80%. You do 20% down. Some will make you do an FHA, VA, but I'm not a lender. You have to check with each individual institution. But that's the kind of stuff we're seeing now too. So how does resale compete with that? And now hurricane season is fast approaching, and people who wanted to be gone by hurricane season, whose homes have not sold and are still on the market, I don't know if they're going to delist. I originally thought that people were going to start delisting, but I'm starting to see super, super aggressive price cuts. Like, we're not back at 2019 levels, but if we go much further, I think it's impossible, but yeah, it's closer than I would have ever imagined it be. So that's just the climate right now. Everyone seems to know it. You guys know I mentioned the other day, there was one property that dropped very, very, very drastically in order to get a bidding war. Crickets. And I would suspect that I don't think dropping the price to do a bidding war right now is a great idea, because nobody knows where the floor is. So you could drop your price to do a bidding war, and then all of a sudden offers still come in under what you're asking, which that's got to be tough. But it's happening. It's happening because nobody knows where the threshold is for a majority of properties at this time. And since we're talking about hurricane season, the question I get a lot is, hey, Ben, these houses on the water that need to be torn down, like the house that had a fire in it that I showed you guys, or some of the flood homes, people say, oh, they have to build these up. Like, first floor has to be breakaway, right? No, not really. If they hit the 50% rule, they just have to build the land up. So they have to be raised up, obviously, to the new base flood elevations, but that doesn't mean that they have to do stilts or anything like that. So that surprises a lot of people for homes on the water. That's just the way it is. And while I was showing some homes down in Bonita Beach about 2-3 weeks ago, you could really see how much people there were worried about the water coming back and the preparations they were making, whether they are raising their homes, just flat out raising the houses up, which, if you guys recall from a walkthrough I did on one of the flooded homes with Libby, who was nice enough to come on the channel, it was insanely expensive. I think she was saying something like $125 a square foot to raise the house. So they're doing that in areas like Bonita Beach, but they're also, when they're rebuilding, I'll show you this house, guys, that I filmed while I was down there. It looks like they're constructing the pyramids. I cannot believe the on-ramp that you have to take to get into their driveway. And when you look next door at the house, it looks like this is the second floor of that house. It's absolutely insane. Check this out. Down in Bonita Beach, look at the incline to your front door, especially compared to the house on the left next door. I'll get you over there and show you that too. But this is crazy. It's like the seventh wonder of the world over here. That's street level. So you guys can see, you can obviously see the canal in the back. But man, I don't know. I don't go upstairs or hills in Florida, so I might get winded walking up that driveway. But this is what they're doing. You're either raising your house up on stilts, or this is the kind of fill you're putting in down there right now. It's wild. So people want to remain safe. They're building up as high as they can, doing everything they can to ensure that a Milton doesn't get them again. And we have no idea if it's going to happen or when it'll happen. And a lot of people think that there's a lot more of these distressed properties out there than there really are. And you guys know I wasn't going to go to Bonita Beach and not do a house tour. So let's see what we got. Okay, guys, so this is going to be the property we're touring. It's 4829 Regal Drive, 3 beds, 4 baths, 3,200 plus square feet, built in 2014. They're asking 2.4 million. And I'll show you guys where this is. So you can see right off Bonita Beach Road there, right down the street from Barefoot Beach. Very, very close Gulf access. You have one bridge, and then you're pretty much out. We toured this home for some customers that we've been working with in the area, and I figured why not show it off to you guys as well. So as you can see, great elevation on this house. First floor is all garage. We'll get in there, of course. It's massive. So I'm excited to show it to you guys. You have a 2-car on the right, a 1-car on the left. Right when you enter here, you have your first guest bedroom. It's a very nice size. The ceilings in this house are very high throughout, 12-foot ceilings pretty much. So it really makes it feel very big in each room. But this has its own bathroom with shower. So you've basically got an in-law suite here, and it's not the only one you can use in the house. Other side of the entryway, as you can see, elevator if you so choose. You know, if you don't feel like taking the stairs, you've got the option. So like I said, 12-foot ceilings in here, guys, hardwood floors. To the left of me is another bedroom. It's got pocket doors, but it does have a closet. It's also a great size. I like the tray ceiling in there. We're gonna skim through the living area and get you to the other bedrooms first. We'll come back in here, don't worry. There are those optional stairs. This is your laundry area, office, really whatever you want to do in here. A massive, massive laundry area, so that's cool. Here's your other guest bath, another guest bedroom with a standard closet. This one gets a balcony out to the front of the house, though, which is really nice. That is Sherry down there. She's going to be mad that I got her on camera. Sherry and I partner on a lot of transactions. Some of you guys who have been down here may have met her before. She does not like being on camera, so I'm going to get in trouble, but that's Sherry, everybody. So I'm always trying to get her on the channel. And there we go. Again, very spacious living area, very nice size kitchen. The island's massive. I really like it, and I like the elevated area in the center of it there. Decent sized pantry. You have your double ovens. And I like how you can kind of keep an eye on everything going on in the house from this kitchen area. Gas stove top, of course. But you can almost see every room aside from the ones we came out of. You also have your dedicated dining space right here. I think that door is kind of overkill, but it's nice because it keeps it looking open and bright. And we'll take you out on the patio real quick just because the view is amazing. I mean, just imagine it's sitting up here every day. The crosswinds, guys, are spectacular. The breeze is always blowing. It's a great place to sit and relax and still be covered. Coming into the primary bedroom here, we're going to speed through, kind of show you the water view you get here as well, which is nice. I mean, that's what you'd wake up to every morning. It's not bad, you know, when they say live the Florida lifestyle, there it is. Going to speed you up to the walk-in closets here. This is your linen closet as well. So you've got 3 storage areas here. This next one is behind me. And then we'll spin you through the primary bath quickly so I can try and keep myself out of the mirrors, which was very hard in here and didn't really work. As you can see, there I am with my goofy gimbal and hat. But nice primary. Okay, one more shot of the living area, and then we're going to head out to the pool area, go right down the spiral staircase. Hopefully that didn't make anybody sick. Yeah, it's just a great, great place to hang out. Like, you have the outdoor kitchen here as well. I'll spin you guys back out here, but I do want to show you this garage. So as I mentioned in the beginning, it's massive, and I have a hard time quantifying the size garage it is. Like, is it a 4-car? Is it a 6-car? Is it an 8-car? It really depends on how many you can get in here, and I think you could do at least 6 comfortably. You also have this nice bump out for storage here. This is the 1-car size. But yeah, car guys, let me know. How many cars can you fit down here, do you think? I'm saying 6. And then this is the other room. This had a little water damage, but I would also consider this an in-law suite because it has its own entrance, and you also get another bath down here as well. So you can have people come in and out from the pool area and use that room too. So we'll give you one more sweep of the pool and spa, and then I will get you down to the dock area so you guys can kind of see what the canal looks like up close. That is a 10,000-pound boat lift, and while the balcony view is great, the pool view is great, I'd probably pull a chair out here at sunset and just kind of relax and watch it all go by. This has got to be really nice when, you know, the boats are kind of just trolling through. So this house is, again, $2.4 million is their asking price. I'll give you one more shot of the back of it. And you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.